You never know as much at the beginning of starting a podcast as you do later on, obviously. And today I want to share 3 things I wish I knew from the beginning that you can know right now. Hi, I'm Steph from Sane and Simple Podcasting, and my goal is to help you get your voice out there, to get you connected to the people you want to talk to about the things you are super passionate about in a sane and simple fashion, not super fancy, not super hectic, but in a way that peace of mind is part of your workflow. All right, so let's do this. The first thing that I wish I knew at the beginning of podcasting was that the ratio of how much marketing and promotions you need to do with the production side of things isn't exactly what it seems. Let me explain. I heard a lot of people saying you should do 80% marketing and 20% podcast creation. And my soul just shriveled up and I said, "No, what are you talking about? I love creating. That's the part I want to spend the most time on." And both of us were actually wrong. I was wrong because you do have to promote your podcast. You do have to share your podcast. And I'm going to use those terms interchangeably because they're they're pretty close to being the same. But marketing and promotions is such a gigantic umbrella. What I was actually doing when I was cringing over the thought of promoting my podcast 80% of the time versus 5 or 10% of the time is I thought they meant social media, newsletters, like promotional events, like specifically overtly going, listen to this episode, and that kind of shouty sharing stuff, which I'm not a huge fan of and I've never really been, but sometimes it's necessary and a lot of times it's not. But I thought they meant I had to do more of that, like 80% of the time. And I was like, if that's true, I'm out. I don't need that audience. But it's not true because you can grow your audience organically. Organic marketing is actually a thing. And what I was doing that I didn't realize it at the time was I was in a bunch of podcast creation groups on Facebook, and I participated in some conferences like the International Podcast Day conference that used to exist. And I went to a lot of workshops and things and talked to other podcasters. And podcasters are generally listeners as well. So I was gaining momentum with my audience, with people who were also creators, and they were probably sharing it with the people that they knew as well. And then when I posted on social media, there was more of a to my very limited posting on social media because those people would also we would support each other in sharing our podcast with our audiences.